Hi, my name is Olga, and I'm here to talk about my experience in the past with Johnston County School Systems. I had a son that went to Corinth Holder in Johnston County. At the time, he was 13 years old, and a group of us had gotten together, Hispanics and blacks and some, whites, had gotten together with different things that were going on within the school system. And one of the things that really concerned us was the fact that children of color were still, especially blacks, were still called niggers. They were still being, if they were doing well in school, they were still saying that the kids were cheating and so on and so forth. So a group of us got together and decided that we were going to, address these issues with the school system, with the school itself. At the time, the principal was Catherine Brewington McLam. And I remember we were meeting at the White Oak Church at the time, and it was a pretty decent group. I think there was maybe about 15, 20 of us, if that's correct. And we met a few times, but it looked like local law enforcement and some members of NAACP, they didn't seem to appreciate that these things were taking place. Well, the other women that were involved ended up basically falling away from what we were doing because they were getting heat in the work system too. I was working at the time at WakeMed, and I was able to work around my schedule, to be involved in what was going on in the school system. We even went as far as meeting at my home. At the time, I lived in Wendell with Charles Cosby and Kathleen Brewington McLam. Also, it was Mati. She was with the Hispanic. It had to do with government, Latin American affairs, something like that. And she came out, and we talked about some of the issues and tried to have them addressed. It still didn't do any good because eventually what ended up happening is, to get rid of the problem, you got to get rid of the source. And what they did to some of the other women was, little by little, they were being harassed, so they dropped off. Two of the women that actually worked for the school system, one was a Mexican and the other one was a Puerto Rican, and they were actually the ones that had asked me if I would come on board to help them make a difference in what was going on in the school system with the Hispanic children and some children, African American children. It ended up that both of these women ended up being threatened, basically, if they stayed involved with the group, that they were going to be fired from working there in the school. Want to pause?